What's good, my loves? Welcome back. Today is Tuesday. It's Mars Day. The last time that I recorded a video was Tuesday. So I guess this Mars energy is very inviting to my Aries nature. So yes, welcome back. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for being here. My name is Chanel. I am with Lizzie's Charm, and I am a mystic, diviner, and hoodoo practitioner. Now, it's interesting because this morning I was riding in the car and I started thinking to myself, talking to myself, having this conversation. I was like, in the beginning of my videos, I'm like, I'm a mystic diviner and hoodoo practitioner, but I have not been divining anything. I haven't been making any videos like that, sharing anything of that nature. Granted, divination is not just, doesn't necessarily need tools. It can be a form of the videos that I've shared in just channeling energy. But divination, 9 times out of 10, most of the time it uses tools. It is a tool based what do we call it? Like, I guess, messenger, tool based messenger. So yeah, so I decided that I'm gonna make a divination video today. So then of course I have to figure out, like, what kind of divination video am I gonna do, because I haven't done any type of tarot, any type of readings in a really long time on my channel. Maybe like a season. It's spring, so maybe 2. Either way, what I decided on was, I had this aha, like, oh, stellar rhythm. So some years ago I came up with this moon-based video of stellar rhythm. So what I was doing basically was doing a video pretty much every 2 days on the signs that the moon would move into. But doing that became a lot to keep up with, like keeping up with home, house, and then working, and then doing that, having to sit down, record, and all that. Okay, so this is 2 minutes into this, and I'm just gonna say, yeah, so we're gonna get into stellar rhythm. We're gonna talk about the moon, but we're gonna do it by phases. And right now, the moon is in a waning crescent phase. So waning crescent energy is all about releasing, letting go, and healing. Like, it's that final right before the clearing, the cleansing, the newness that takes place with the new moon, which we are having on Sunday, on June the 18th. So basically, this is, the moon will be going between Aries and Gemini, so we'll be experiencing themes of like quickness, speed, impulsivity, aggression, but also inventiveness, right? Initiation, like starting something new, trailblazing something, right? Seeing where it is that we want to lead within our world, our own selves, right? And then coming into that Taurus energy of taking things a little bit more slow, giving things more grace, right? Really taking our time, seeing the forest for the trees, touching a tree, hugging a tree, okay, recognizing where it is that we have been in survival mode and where we want to let go of that, all right, and really coming into this abundant expression of ourselves, really tapping into that Empress energy, right? Being open to give, but also to receive, and recognizing where it is that we've been blocked in that receiving, like how we have been stagnating ourselves, putting ourselves in a standstill. And then the moon will go into Gemini. In Gemini, it's going to have a lot to do with communication. Maybe we may be communicating with our families, especially our extended families, or our immediate family, more so, not extended. And we may be focused on our small businesses, right? Growing them, seeing what else it needs that needs to take place, what needs to happen, what needs to clear, right? What we need to kind of let bygones be bygones and let it go. Not keeping a thing there. All right, and also bringing healing in the form of communication. in a form of understanding. Maybe you're learning something about someone, or somebody is learning something new about you, you know, and this is basically expanding into this newness that this Gemini new moon is bringing us into, to help us move forward, to help us strive forward, right? And come out of a space of what it is that we think we know, because both the moon and Gemini have a lot to do with the mind and the thought process and perspective, right? Because the moon, it speaks about how we process our thoughts, because the process of those thoughts spark the emotion it is that we're going to be feeling, that we do feel. And Gemini is an understanding, it's a perspective, it's like this way of thought you've garnered, gained, built upon from young, right? 7 and up kind of thing, like the influences that have been placed into your life through your immediate family, right? And what it is that has given you, how it is that has showed you how to think or taught you how to think, whether you realize it or not. Like that may be coming up and clearing itself out the way. And it's interesting because through this time, the sun is going to be moving through the 12th hexagram in the I Ching system from human design, right? So the 12th hexagram is a heaven above earth. So there is no meeting here, right? So the superior is kind of leaving out, and the inferior is coming up, right? So we're dealing with things within, really allowing what we're feeling. It's a lot about our feeling, our emotions with this, and seeing where they have created a standstill, where they have created a stagnation, because in the I Ching, this gate is called a standstill or blocked, right? So the blocking that is taking place doesn't have to, it's not people are not blocking it. The block is literally coming from the self, right? The connection to God in us, and taking time to reflect and go within, and where it is that we're trying to up level, where we're trying to grow, move forward, rule within our world, right? Allowing ourselves to get out of our own way so that we can grow, live, enjoy life, right? So it's going to happen over a process of days, and over through, as the moon goes through Aries and Gemini, it'll be going through gate 12, lines 1 through 4, right? So we'll be seeing on the 13th and the 14th of what's going on here, like recognizing what's needed, recognizing where this blockage truly is within ourselves. You know, what's stopping us, what's hindering us. It's like in that opening might take place in the evening of the 13th, which is today, the day that I'm recording this video. And so we begin to see what is needed in order to get going. Like this inkling spark shows up, like maybe that's something. And whatever you're saying, like maybe that's something, it's probably it. Okay, so, but that doesn't mean that any action is taking place, because it's a time of reflection, right? So if there is something that we've been putting out, very focusing on, and pushing, this week we may take a pause and be like, all right, taking a break here, you know, like let me just sit back real quick and check out some stuff, check out some things about myself. Like, what is this that I'm creating? All right, because gate 12 also has a lot to do with how we hold others to this level or state of perfection that we believe that they should be in, right? And the perfection can be like, oh, you need to be doing it. It's an over exacting energy, right? But that's the shadow of that. So we know when we are saying that, oh, a person needs to be this way in order for me to accept them, for me to give them some type of love, to show them love, right? To tell them congratulations, to embrace them for who it is that they are. That is shadow, you know, where, and instead of focusing on that, the light that is trying to express itself is us simply focusing on expressing our emotion through our art, right? How it is that we feel when we're being triggered. So this is a really great time to so there's this 3-part art exercise that I had learned, and it's basically one painting. You paint, draw how it is, where it is that you are right now, right? And then the second one, you paint, draw how it is that you're feeling, like really the how do you see how you're feeling in that moment, whatever it is that you're feeling, in like putting you in a space of like either wanting to judge, or whether that's just judging yourself or somebody else, right? And then the third one, you draw, paint how you see yourself on the other side of this, right? So that in that middle painting, that's where that release happens. Because when it comes to art in the subconscious mind, it allows us to release in those unknown parts that we probably would not tap into during doing anything else. No type of like hypnotherapy is good, or meditation is good, but it is something about the connection to the literal movement of the hand, and the making real of what's being felt, right? Because feelings are a subconscious thing. The subconscious mind is the feeling mind, you know. So really getting out how it is that that we feel, you know, and instead being in a space of being open and receiving grace, but also offering grace, you know. Understanding, because that's really what grace is, offering an understanding, not necessarily bypassing, but a listening, a holding of space, you know, a being present, right, with another, but being present with yourself as well. Okay, so on the 15th, the moon will be in Taurus, so those emotions are really going to be coming up, because our heart's perception is really going to be speaking really loudly. Like, we're going to be recognizing what it is that we feel, and these feelings that we feel that have been blocking us. All right, so that we can make that clearing take place, or let that clearing take place, so that it can move and flow. Okay, and then on the 16th, the moon will be in Gemini, and we'll be coming to a space of resolution or indecision. So what we're feeling, it takes time to work through. The 15th will be a great day to do that art exercise. Okay, and on the 16th, if we haven't gotten to that space of moving through those emotions, if we're still feeling whatever it is that we were feeling, that blocked feeling on the 16th, that's going to, you know, it leaves you, the line 3 leaves you at an impasse, right? You either at a resolution, or you at an indecision. You are in a fear, or you embarking on your desires. Okay, so, and when you choose the resolution and the desire, you know, you are no longer in that state of blockage, right? But it still takes, it still step by step takes time to unravel things. And sometimes a step by step can happen in a day. Okay, the sun goes through an entire cycle in a day. I believe anything is possible. Okay, so it's definitely the 16th will be the time to make a decision, right? Is making a change, letting the transformation take place, so that you can come out of that stuckness, that blockness, that space of judgment, right? That space of perfectionism. And, you know, I had made a post yesterday, and at the end I said practice makes mastery. And we always hear that saying, practice makes perfect, but in reality, even a thing in its mastery is not perfect. It's still growing, it's still evolving, it's always changing and learning and knowing new things, and implementing the wisdom that was learned from what has got you to that mastery place, you know. So on the 17th, action will begin to be taken. Like, so whatever work it is that you feel that you want to do is going to be done. So that may be the day you decide to be like, okay, I'm going to do this art, and yeah, work through these feelings, right? Or you might but it's taking action, but also asking for help in places that are needed, right? So line 4 is like, okay, I can do this, but I cannot do it alone. Until you get to line 5, it's like, yes, I got this, right? And that's the day of the new moon, on the 18th, on Sunday. And by the way, shameless plug, okay, for those of you who are not aware, I did change the date of the Ancestral Veneration class to June 18th, on Sunday. So yes, I will share that here in just a picture, right? And then you can sign up below in the description box. So moving on. But on the 18th, we'll be having the new moon, and I will be coming to share a video for that sometime either the 18th or the 19th. It just depends on how my day goes. So those are some things that we can expect. Okay. It's, the best way to gain clarity at this time is through your art, right? Through your drawing, through your writing, even through your speaking. How do you express yourself? Through your beauty, even, because Gate 12 makes a channel with Gate 22. And Gate 22 is the gate of beauty and grace. Okay, and with this, we find movement through the blockage, through the stagnancy, through grace, through offering ourselves grace and others. So I'm going to pull some cards. I am going to, I'm going to do less of tarot and more of oracle. Okay, so first I'm going to roll some dice and see what the overall energy is for us for this waning crescent moon from the 13th to the 17th. So let's see. Yeah, so we have Mars in Mars in Pisces. In the 11th house. I should have wrote down the timestamps for this. Hold on, y'all. This was at like what? 17 minutes. We're gonna say 16:55. Okay. So, and then I share this, the 11th house. So the Mars in Pisces, for one, it has a lot to do with this is, to me, this is a spark of genius, right? It is the flame being lit to what can't be seen, and what is the genius, what's divinely there, what already exists, right? Because Pisces is pretty much the all that is. All the other zodiac signs exist within Pisces. It is the collective consciousness. To me, it is the cosmos. Some people might say that Aquarius is the cosmos. Aquarius is more like, aliens and stuff to me. But, so yes, it is movement in this area, especially pertaining to our goals, but it's slow, and it's deep movement. It's internal movement, right? It's manifested from within. It's not necessarily anything happening from without, which is what this blocked energy is. Mars also cuts things off, things that do not serve, what's been toxic to us, these shadow energies that have kept us in a space of illusion, right? It's like the disillusionment is taking place of how it is that we've been moving, trekking forward toward our goals and connecting with our own personal genius, right? And how it is that we can make this, in a sense, easier on ourselves, how we can make it lighter, freer, any place it is that we have kind of been imprisoned in our minds, especially on a subconscious level. We're gaining this understanding, this true clarity, and this probably is going to come through groups, organizations, friendships, communication in those areas. some type of knowledge. This could be reading something. This could simply be being in a group together and meditating, okay? And this being illuminating to something that has been hidden within the psyche, okay? This can also speak about, okay, so it's a lot of heaven energy happening, right? So it's like an intangible type of energy attempting to root itself within reality, right? But it's going to take the action that's required in order for it to happen, to, it's in order for it to make sense in the way that it is trying to show its sense to us. Okay, so there may be some revelation within the connection of your friendships. Like you may find like a very unconditional connection within your friendships, very loving. This can also be some hidden energy within oneself, or some hidden belief within oneself when it comes to the faith it is that you have within your own personal goals, your dreams, your wishes, right? There's some healing taking place here. Like if you've had any type of inflammation going on, inflammation in the brain, in the head, okay, inflammation in the legs, in the like the lower extremities, in the feet, anything going on there, there can be some healing taking place in this. There is also some balance that's needing to be ushered in within the relationships, within work, right? And finding a space to illuminate and expand within what it is that's done. And it's probably going to take some form of communication, a balanced and fair communication, right? There may be a lot of expressing of wounding and hurts and misery even that has been experienced, and being offered the grace, the space to be heard, to be seen, but all to be held, and that allowing the information to come through that you need in order for growth to take place in the way that you are desiring it for it to take place. Okay, so we're gonna pull some cards, because I can talk about that for all day. So let's see, what messages do you have for us for this Waning Crescent Moon? Waning Crescent Moon, June 13th to June 17th. What messages do you have for us? What messages do you have for us? That energy is also saying like it's time to be yourself, right? So whatever has been blocking you, us, whatever, it's about the fact that you have negated of truly being yourself, but also a lot to accepting people for being themselves. A lot with that blocked 12 hexagram, right? Like trying to what is it, expecting people to live up to your ideals, and it's just like, that's not fair. That is not fair at all. What else is here? Because we're all very unique in our own right. Mars rules Aries. Aries is the beginning, right? It is the first. It is the free spirit. It's gonna do what it want to do, okay? And Pisces is, it too is a free spirit in its own capacity, but it has a lot to do with unconditionality, all right? Unconditionality. So this is the free spirited nature, being unconditional, and autonomy, 11th house, uniqueness, 11th house, right? So autonomy is the ability to be oneself within a group and accepting another who is who they are within the group. So there's a lot going on over this waning, that's being released over this waning crescent energy. Like, everybody ain't gotta do what you do, how you do it, right? You could be doing the same thing as somebody else, but they gonna do it completely different, I'm sure, right? And that's the same goes for us seeing ourselves within a collective of something and being okay with the fact that we do things totally different than somebody else would do it, right? So what else is here? What other messages do we have here? Yeah. So we have the light here, and the light is that there's an awakening taking place. It's being seen. Some people's light might be too much for you. The light, when the light shows up, is like, you gotta be open to what that is. Like, granted, there is that Luciferian light where it's a light that is shown, but it's leaving things out. It's the light that's shown, but it's only giving bits and pieces, or it might have a falsity in there or two in order to connect to its own agenda, right? So we're gonna see what this light is. Yeah, this light is about fully being you, fully being seen, embracing the trueness, a fullness of who it is that you are, and being comfortable within your own light. Yeah, because there's healing taking place here, or that has taken place within your sensitivities. You may also be recognizing your own personal sensitivity, the light of that, right? The wounds it is that you may have needed healing from in the past, like where you're sensitive and easily wounded kind of thing, easily triggered. Okay, there's light being shown on that, but there's also being light shown on your sensitivities as a gift, which is to Mars and Pisces in the 11th house. That is the gifts, that is being sensitive, that is being, you know, claircognizant, clairvoyant, clairaudient. Okay, you are capable of seeing beyond the veil, right? And if you didn't know it, you're gonna know it now. You're gonna recognize that what's been blocking you is your ability or lack thereof to connect with those aspects of yourself, you know. So it's definitely that time, because at the bottom we have the Road. I kind of want to pull another card here. Do I? We're gonna pull more cards. We're gonna let the Road be the next card. So the Road is, you know, you're on the path it is that you need to be on. And I went ahead and pulled another card anyway, y'all, because just, you know, it's Gemini season. Why not do the most? So the breath came out here, and the breath is about connecting to God, the oneness of self, the oneness to higher. It is we can speak of this as heaven, but this is true understanding. It's the it's the crown chakra. Okay, it is even still the collective, because the breath it is that we have, it's a shared breath. You know, we are given breath, and when it's gone, it's taken from us and it returns. All right, so it's important to a good time that we are connecting with our God, our higher power at this time, to help us see. We have the brain here, the bigger picture. All right, to see, and perhaps we may feel like we need to learn something. I'm not getting that. With these cards that's here, it's like you already doing what you need to do. You need to just keep trusting in yourself. You need to believe in yourself. You need to have faith. Wherever your faith has diminished, or you just haven't been connecting to it at all, it's important that you do take the time to go into stillness, right? Because that's what the breath speaks about meditation as well. Breathing, breath work, pranayama. Okay. Maybe you've been talking too much. It's Gemini season. It makes sense. So like Geminis that you meet who have birthdays between like the 13th and the 21st, they may be different type of Geminis. Like, you may find them very quiet. You know, they may not be as like, they still have fun and everything, but they may not speak a lot, right? They may not have something to say about everything. And so the next card that we have here is Queen Nandi. And Queen Nandi, she speaks about intuition. She was the mother of Shaka Zulu. All right, so this is about knowing. She knew who her child was and who he was going to be, despite what everybody else was saying about them. So it's kind of like believing in whatever it is that you're birthing as well. Okay, and knowing that what you're doing, who you are, it's going to be what you see yourself to be, who you know yourself to be, who you believe yourself to be, despite the fact that other people may not. All right, and at the bottom here, we have Radical Rebirth. Okay, so things are changing for sure. I feel like I'm too close reaching for these cards. Okay. Ooh. What else is here? I kind of want to light some sage. Okay. So let's see what these cards have to say for us. What messages do you have for us under this Waning Crescent Moon? Just say yes. Whatever it is that you're going to do, do it. You know, someone might offer you an invitation. Maybe it's time to say yes to that. Or maybe you should also listen to your intuition to make sure that yes is resounding. And if you need some help where you need help, soul family, you don't have to do this alone. Call in your tribe. Okay. Let's bring these cards closer. Okay, so personal power here. What's the personal power under this Waning Crescent energy? Say yes to you more than anything. So saying yes to you may look like saying no to someone else, right? Iron perspective. So perceptive. What am I talking about? Iron perceptive. So this is knowing that you are seeing things clearly, truly as they are, and recognizing what is what, you know, and acknowledging that. And I am happy, right? So a lot of feel good energy going on, taking place here. Okay. Yeah. Everything is definitely going to work out in a very prosperous way. And it's just trusting oneself and doing what it is that you want to go do for yourself. Self-care, we have pamper. Okay, so take care of yourself, do your hair, do your facial, maybe go get a massage, maybe do some crystal work, do some meditation, whatever it is that you do to pamper yourself, take care of yourself. And at the bottom we have read. So I was saying about learning something, it may just be coming through something that you're reading. So maybe whatever it is that you do or what you love, you want to get very acquainted with that. Like, read up on it, learn the best of what you can do with it. You know, the best things that you can use to do it, right? You know, just expand on what you know about what it is that who you are, what you do, what you like, those kind of things. Okay, so we have 5 of materials here. So 5 of materials is about worth. It's about self-worth. It's about money and things like that. So this is a lot about coming out of that poverty mindset, that impoverished way of being, feeling. Also not seeing yourself as worthy, right? not seeing yourself as worthy to say yes, to take the step to do what it is that you need to do. There's some opportunity coming in here from someone. Yeah, and then we got Three of Materials. So working together with others, building upon something, putting in the work, the effort, climbing the ladder. It's some work, like literally some effort, like gotta keep your head down kind of thing. Focus on what it is that you're doing that's coming through. Or these things could be coming through the work. It is your job, okay? Your boss, of some type of manifestation of sorts. What else? And Two of Inspiration. So this is maybe taking a trip, traveling for work, making a plan, or planning out what it is that you're going to do for work, how you want to do it, you know. This is also maybe a partnership even that's coming about, taking place. It's something being offered to you. Yeah, because we have the wheel at the bottom, which is the Wheel of Fortune. So things are turning in your favor. Karma is switching up. Yeah, like you're about to be able to implement the ideas it is that you have, and this will be the time to do so, you know. It is the time to do so. It's the energy, because Gemini is curious, it's innovative, it's inventive, it is creative. Did I say that? It is highly creative. Like when it comes to the zodiac, Gemini is like one of the top creative signs for me. So we're gonna pull one more card and I'm gonna let y'all go. Gonna let you go. I'll love you and leave you. What else is here? One more card for this waning crescent energy. And we have the King. Okay, and this is the Wild Unknown Archetypes cards. So the King, basically, this is like the Emperor energy. It's one of the selves, and at the bottom we have the Riddle. So it's like things are being found out, right? Understood, clarity. I'm gonna read the King for you guys. It's a number 12, and that's Pisces energy as well. So the King, it says the ruler, the commander, the emperor. If our lives are imagined as a kingdom containing the entire spectrum of human experience, the King presides over it all. Through the lens of the King, we assess the state of our land, make decisions, and rule accordingly. Therefore, the King must be thoroughly and regularly vetted so as to avoid corruption. Recognize the dual nature of the King. He is either seated in benevolence and strength, guiding you towards peace, or he is oppressing the weak out of a need to control. There is not much middle ground. Some think of the King as the ultimate expression of the ego. Yet the great kings of mythology and history serve from an egoless place. They take their throne with grace and humility. Knowing the divine uses them as a channel to heal deep and long-standing discrepancies in the kingdom. It says, once the King's relationship to divinity is broken or challenged, he often acts from a place of fear, scrambling to uphold his image and power. The King is necessary. He is a bridge between the eternal and the day-to-day. It is also said that it is necessary for the King to die. This is the death of the ego. So the light in the King is benevolence, divine leadership, service, and nobility. When dark is oppression, misuse of power, or corruption. And to go deeper with this King energy, she writes the Dalai Lama, Indra, Richard III, and Macbeth. So you can look into those and see what that sparks for you. But this is definitely speaking about coming into one's power and authority, and doing that from a egoless place, right? From a place of divine love, unconditional love, right? No judgment, being open to manifestations of you know, fairness, balance, justice. Okay, that's really what I'm getting with all this energy. All right, y'all. So, yes, I hope that this message blesses you. If this has supported you, please be sure that you like, okay, subscribe for more of this, and share this with someone who you think could use these messages, okay? And don't forget to join us for on June 18th for the Ancestral Veneration class. I will be going live really soon to share more information about it. For I do have a video below, which I will put at the end of this, so that you can check out what to expect. But for whatever questions or answers you're looking for that aren't there, you can come to the live and get those questions answered. So, yes, y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon.